And then they call in the Russians. Because, it's funny. Because Steve Quayle has been talking about this for many years. If you go to Steve Quayle's website, stevequayle.com, he's always got headlines that talk about, the Russian troops coming in. That they're already positioned, he says. They're already positioned in key places all around the country. Not a lot of people are talking about that. But now here's further proof in this story that FEMA wants Russian troops to come in and take over in emergency situations. So, see, there you go. There you go. It's all happening right before our very eyes. Now, another story up on Infowars.com by Kit Daniels, one of the newer members of the writing team here. ATF is arming robbers in hatched plots, leaving many dead. Now, this is a huge breaking story, and I think it was USA Today. Yeah, USA Today did a big in-depth investigation. Oh, my God, USA Today was involved in actual journalism. I'm impressed. I love it. I think they did a good job with this one. So the story is like this. ATF agents are setting up these honeypot operations, sting operations, to ensnare would-be armed robbers to say, hey, let's go hit this drug distribution house where they've got a bunch of weed or a bunch of smack or whatever, and they have a lot of cash. Let's go hit them. Let's bring in some guns, shoot a few people, tie up everybody else, take their smack, take their cash, and we've got undercover footage showing this. Well, and it turns out that these little honeypot operations have so far left 7 people dead because the ATF is going out there and recruiting people who bring guns to the sting, and lead starts flying, and people end up dead. And so not everybody in the court system is happy about all of this. In fact, they're saying it's a clear case of entrapment, that, in fact, one or two federal judges here is on the record. You have to look at the story on Infowars.com. ATF arming robbers is the first headline. That some judges are saying that this is entrapment, this is not legitimate. The ATF is running around recruiting these people and practically making them do this. Well, we know the FBI does the same thing. The FBI plans most of the terror plots that they then foil in the United States. That was right out of the New York Times. The FBI plans the attack. Remember, they planned an attack to blow up a bridge in Cleveland. They planned an attack to fly, a drone into the Pentagon, I think, or the White House. The FBI comes up with these plots, and then they run around finding these low IQ, mentally impaired individuals who are usually substance addicted. They give them a few beers, they give them some weed, they give them whatever to get them on board to say, yeah, you drive the van, you fly the drone, you set the bombs, whatever. We'll give you more weed, we'll give you more beer, more alcohol, more cash. And then at the very last minute, the FBI, catches these terrorists. Oh, really? Well, they weren't terrorists until the FBI put the plans in their hands. They were just bums on the street, okay? Harmless bums sitting on the street until the FBI came along and recruited them to become terrorists so that the FBI could then claim it's stopping terrorism. And what kind of terrorism is it stopping? The terrorists that it comes up with. So the ATF is now joining the FBI in this little scheme here. Now, I watched some of that video, by the way. It is freaky. You got this African-American dude in there sitting in that car talking about how he's going to cap everybody and how he's done it a million times before and how he's so cool and how he does it high on drugs to make sure that he's clear-headed. This is what he says in the car. This is on the video. I'm just like, wow, man, no wonder I carry a Glock all the time. I mean, people like that come in, I'm going to let loose on them. And no wonder I don't run a drug distribution house. That's not a good career move if you want to stay alive, by the way. Let's move on to some other news. I'm sorry, I got to move faster. We've got so much crazy news, but it's all so insane at every level. We've got single women's insurance premiums for health insurance are going to double in California. That's thanks to Obamacare. Yeah, thank you, Obama, for your gift to single women. Make them pay twice what they used to pay into the monopoly-run health insurance exchanges that have now been mandated by the same Supreme Court that says same-sex couples can marry each other. We'll talk about that in another minute when we come back. This is the Alex Jones Show. The world is insane. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, on placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Be prepared. Stock up now. Save up to 25% on Mountain House foods only at CampingSurvival.com. This week only, save up to 25% on the #1 brand of freeze-dried foods, Mountain House. All fresh, new product, and the lowest prices ever in the history of Mountain House foods. But hurry, sale price is good only from July 1st through July 7th at CampingSurvival.com. Call now, 800-537-1339, or go to CampingSurvival.com. Since 1956, CampingSurvival.com. Confidence born of preparation.
Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and t-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are the response to the globalist technocrats and their program of global eugenics, dehumanization, and ultimate extermination. The war is here. It's an info war. The spirit of 1776 versus the mindset of 1984.
Don't throw away leftovers. Instead, throw all your leftovers, vegetable peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, pizza crusts, and more into the bokashi. If you love to garden and compost but don't like the hassle of turning a compost bin or the smell, then check out the EM Bokashi Food Waste Recycling System from Terraganics. Finally, a way to recycle all your food and plant waste safely and effectively and stop using fertilizers. The EM Bokashi Food Waste Recycling System. Rather than decomposition, the Bokashi system uses fermentation to break down waste, so it takes less time to create nutrient-dense humus for crops or gardens with no turning and no obnoxious odors. To learn more and order your Bokashi online, visit Terraganics.com and click on the orange button. That's Terraganics.com, spelled Terraganix.com, or call 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Recycle all your food wastes in about 6 weeks with the Bokashi Food Waste Recycling System from Terraganics.com. Terraganics. Life's getting better.
All right, we're back. This is the Alex Jones Show. Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, editor of naturalnews.com, filling in for Alex today and enjoying the insanity of the news. Let's go to the next insane story. Clorox has unleashed a hate speech ad campaign smearing fathers. Yes, they're attacking fathers, calling them, well, essentially the same as clueless dogs. They're saying that fathers lack the judgment and fine motor skills to take care of children, compares dads to dogs in an online promotional piece called 6 Mistakes That New Dads Make. It accuses dads of being so stupid that they can't put their children's clothes on frontwards. The clothes are on backwards, and they take their babies out in the rain with short sleeves on and sit them down in front of reality TV shows like the Kardashians and probably just incredible. So here we go. Clorox has joined the bandwagon of attacking men. And I don't know about you out there, but I'm sick of it. I'm fed up with it. And I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm going to talk about this because if Clorox had said these very same things about blacks or women or gays, they would have been blasted. They would have marches on their headquarters. They would have been just reamed in the mainstream media. But because they chose to attack fathers, well, suddenly it's all funny and it's all okay because dads are always depicted as morons in sitcoms and TV shows and movies and the popular press and apparently by Clorox as well. So I have announced over on Natural News a boycott of Burt's Bees. You may say, wait a minute, what's Burt's Bees got to do with anything here? Well, Clorox owns Burt's Bees. So I think that all dads out there should stop buying Clorox and stop buying Burt's Bees products to protest this attack, this hate speech attack against men. And here's some of the quotes that they say. Some fathers, men, dads have been inspired by raunchy comedies to bring babies to inappropriate places like casinos, pool halls, and poetry readings. This is actually from Clorox. This is hate speech against men. Now, what I'm wondering is, why is this okay to always attack men? And the answer is because the system is trying to destroy families and especially trying to destroy men. And last week, when Alex covered with Ben Fuchs on this show, the feminization of men through BPA chemicals, plastics, chemicals, hormone mimickers that are just throughout the food supply, throughout food packaging, he hit on something that's very true that the White House is denying, that these chemicals tend to feminize males. So you've got the male population in America is shifting towards a metrosexual kind of stance, a feminization, where they're no longer willing to stand up for any of their rights. And that's part of the agenda, I think, is to get men to not stand up for their rights. Men are supposed to be the warrior archetype, the protectors of the family, part of the family unit working in cooperation with their wives to raise healthy children. But now the system wants to say, well, men are morons and only women can change diapers. And that's what Clorox has jumped on to. And of course, they heard an earful from men who were tired of being smeared for being men. And they pulled that campaign off of the internet. But of course, we linked to it, a cached version of it, so you can still see what it says. But this is a kind of sexism. And I'm wondering, when is the civil rights movement for men going to be formed? When is that going to take off? And when is the civil rights movement for maligned Caucasians going to take off? Because today it is apparently okay to use racial slurs, cracker this, cracker that, against white men, and especially against fathers, as Clorox just did. It's okay to bash whites. It's okay to bash men, to blame them for everything. Civil rights is supposed to be about all men and women are created equal, regardless of your color. And I denounce racism, and I know that Alex does as well. Here at Infowars, we denounce racism. We denounce corporate smear campaigns against men and against fathers and against women. We would jump to the same defense if they were attacking gays or women or African Americans, because we actually believe in civil rights. That is, that all men and women are created equal and that they all deserve equal protection and equal dignity in our culture. So enough of the attacks on white men and fathers, Clorox. Get it through your stinking heads. Fire your marketing department and grow up and go back and read your history books. Read Martin Luther King. Judge people by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, okay? Get it through your heads. We're sick of it. We've had enough of it. We'll be right back.
We're on the